Okay, in this video here I'm going to show people how to do this straight up. Basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new project. So create a new project, and I'm just going to, this is with IntelliJ, I'm just going to choose Java, ignore all this, I'm going to click next, next. I'm going to give it a title, so I'm just going to call this one here Test 101, and I'm going to finish. And you go in a new window here. Okay, so basically when you first start out, this is what you're going to have. You're going to have your external libraries, and you're going to have this. Alright, you'll have to watch videos how to set IntelliJ up for the latest Java, and also you'll have these libraries here. But what we're going to do here is I'm going to go right here, and first of all I'm going to go to Worm Unlimited. I'm going to go to the Worm Server Launcher. So you want to go in here. First thing you want to do is you want to come in here, and basically I'm going to grab all these except for that file, text file. I'm going to copy them. I'm going to go over here to, and I'm going to right click on this and highlight it. Then I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to click paste, and then I'm going to click OK. Okay, what this is going to do is going to add all these in here. Now these right here, what I want to do is right click on each one of them, go down to add as a library, and we're just going to go down here and add all these as a library. First of all, let me just do this. I'll show you why you want to do this. Let's just go ahead and get rid of this. Let's delete. Okay, we're just going to delete all that, and we're back to where we was. First of all, if we go back to our file, and you go in here and you take your server jar, and we take our common jar, and we're going to copy these, and we're going to go over here, and we're going to paste these in. Okay. And we're going to go right here, and we're going to say add as library, and we're going to click OK, and we're going to say here, we're going to say add as library, and we're going to click OK. And what this does is it allows us to go in here. Now at first you're not going to see any problems, and I'm going to go to the one file you was talking about, which was changing the item database. So we need to go to players, and we're going to be changing this file right here. Okay, as it decompiles. Okay, as you can see, we got no errors even on here on the left. You normally see an arrow whenever a red little bracket right here. These are green. You'll see a red one pop up when we have an error. Now we'll have an error if we do a certain thing. This right here is our source folder. This is where any item we change is going to be. First thing you want to do, if you want to alter this file, is we need to create our own file of it. So let's just highlight the top of this name right here. We're going to click copy, and then we're going to go over here. We're going to click on source, click new class file. We're going to paste that name in here. So as you can see, we got where it's going, the package, and then we're going to put a dot, and we're going to type in this name right here, the class name, which is player. So we're going to type in player just like it's put. So we're going to say player, and we're going to click OK. And now we have created our new class file. Okay, from here what we want to do is Control A, Control C, so we can select all and copy. We're going to go over here, we're going to go Control A and Control V, and we're going to paste it. Now we have this. As you can see, we got these red brackets starting to pop up. Now what this is doing is we can't see everything. So like players not being used, and if you try to, as you can see, we have an error with squiggly line. So if we try to go down here and compile this, it's not going to compile. We're going to get these errors. To fix this problem, close this out. What we want to do to fix that problem is we want to go back in here, and we want to go to our library folder. In here, we want to select all these libraries. We don't want that file. We're going to copy these all at one time. we're going to go over here, click on our test 101, right click, we're going to paste them in. Okay, now we got them pasted in. What we need to do is, you can see we still have the arrows, we have the nullable arrow and everything. We're going to go through here and we're just going to go ahead and add these as a library. So watch this nullable. As I start adding all these libraries to our project, we're eventually going to get rid of our arrows, because we need to use other types of libraries that have been altered or whatnot. So as we go through here, we're just going to keep adding them. As you can see, we got rid of one error that was happening, and I'll show you this stuff does work. So this is just one way to use IntelliJ. There's probably a better way, but you know, I'm not a very big Java fan. I'm a C# fan, and that's what I'm studying to learn. But anyway, as you can see, we no longer have any red arrows. We got rid of all our arrows, even though this still says unused import statement. Alright, we're in our player file. So what we want to change, we can't change anything in here. We can type all day long, can't change nothing. We have to actually create our class like I showed you. Once you got that done, you want to go down here to add items, and we need to go scroll way down here. And hopefully I don't go past it. Okay, scroll down. I might have went past it. I don't know. Did I go past it? I probably went past it. Scroll down. I scroll so fast in here. There's a certain section we are looking for that has all that data in it. Let's scroll down to the very bottom here. Am I in the right file? Let's find out. Let's go to this file. Yep. It's way up at the beginning, so I need to come way up here. Okay, this is it. In this file, this is what you're looking for. And basically what this is telling you, create some items. So basically we have a modifier and we have a true or false. Alright. So basically this right here is saying if this server is a local server, which is the test server. So if it's a test server, we're going to set the quality at 20, which is what we're taking. We're calling QL equals 20 float. And basically item ID 274, and we're going to set the quality to 20. So this is for the test server. So if you're running a test server, you're going to want to change this information. We're going to go on down. This is talking about adding the bow and the arrows. There's I don't know, for loop for the adding the arrows and stuff. I'm not going to go into what a for loop is. I'll let you learn that on your own. Okay, then we get down here. Else, we're going to do this, and this is 30 quality. So we got this right here. We're going to set the quality at 30, and basically we're going to call for item 2. If we look over here, we're going to go to our item.class. In our item.class, item 2, which is a satchel. Oh, I didn't want to put that in there. Okay, so did I move? Yeah. Okay. So basically what I've done is I went through here and I changed a bunch of stuff already. This here is my player file, but I am on the wrong one. Yep, this one was. This right here is a satchel. I added this stuff in right here and set different qualities for it. These are sleep powders and silver. 5 coins of silver. Well, actually 56 is the silver, 55 is the iron, so change that. Okay, so basically here's our ID. This is the ID for a 5 coin of silver, and I put it at 99 quality. You can set the float in by itself, or you can set QL, and it'll just make the item 30 quality. At any time we can come down here For example, right here on the next item, I could have actually, let's just do this right here. I could actually sit down here and said, I could change the quality anytime. Going like quality is equal to 99.0 float, and I could have sit right here and then said quality, and these two items would be 99.0 quality. I didn't actually have to type these items in. I could have just did this simple thing right here. And basically what it is, when code reads, it goes line by line by line by line. So basically when you get to this line, it says anything under this is going to be 30 quality. But when we get to this line, we're changing the quality again. So anything from this line down, if it says quality, is going to get this quality. So I could do like that right there, and basically, let's see, where are we at? I could go in here, and I can say, I can change it back to 30, and go quality is equal to 30.0 float. And now that'll change everything down here. I could sit down and say quality, and then if I wanted to, I can go in here and I can change the quality level again. Yeah. And I could say, what was that, 99 float? So 99.0 float. And I can go down here and I can just, you know, it's just how the coder wants to write it. You know, he can go in here and he can just keep changing the quality over and over, removing the quality. So I could actually just do this right here. I could go down here and go to this line here, and I can go back to saying quality is equal to 30 float again. And then when I get to this line, the quality will change again to 30 float, going down through here and everything, unless the item is changed again. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Another way you could actually do this is you could typecast a float in and do a random thing. Now this stuff here is crazy. Basically what you want to do when you add in a new item, basically just grab this code right here, copy it. I'm going to put another 30 item in here just for the hell of it. Let's just say we want to, okay, let's go back to our server jar. Let's go back in here, let's grab our items so we can get our list up in here. I don't want to grab on my other screen because I got another version of this running. Go to our item list. In our item list, let's just say we want to add a let's find something good in here, because I'll show you this works. Yeah, let's put a pottery flask, so number 78. So we're just going to go right here where we added this, and we're going to say we want a 78 pottery flask. Alright, and now I'm going to do this again because I'm going to show you something really cool. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to paste this. I'm going to make a second pottery flask, but I'm going to change this. First of all, I'm going to create a float. Then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to I'll do that here in a minute. I'm just going to leave this like this for now. We'll do it like this. So let's just say we want a 45 point, we can say 0 quality float, or we can actually give it a number. We can say 4. Alright, and we'll give it that float. So this is just another example, and this right here, I'm just going to go ahead and put a little thing here. This here is a pottery flask, and this one right here is the same thing, and I'm lazy to type, so here. Alright, so basically we got these two types. We got one that's set to the quality that will come out 30 in the inventory, and then we got one that's going to come out at 45.0 blah 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 on a float. You really don't need the rest of this float. You could actually cut this float off right here if you wanted to. But and we'll get a jar that's 45.45 quality. Okay, I'm gonna pause this for a minute. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Why do I keep doing that? Okay. Another thing we can do. We're going to do another pottery flask, and I'm just going to grab this here, and I'm going to do this right here. Okay. Now this is just one way you can do it. Let's just say we wanted to take a different item. Let's say we wanted a short sword, which is 80. I'm just doing some little simple things here. So we copied that code there, and this here is a short sword, so we're just going to type it out. Short sword. And let's just say I want to do this. Let's just say I wanted this one to be a random, completely random number, if I wanted it to. Without, you know, to add some spice to the game. If you want to add spice to your server, here's something you can do. First of all, we're going to create a float. Alright, once we have the float, what we need to do is we need to tell it what we want it to bounce between. So let's just say we want it to bounce any item created. If we want this short sword to have a random number, what do we want it between? Well, let's just say we'll start at 99.0 float, and we're going to times that by math dot random. So yep, there it says. So we're going to do this by dot random. Now what this does is it tells we want this short sword to random from 0 to 99.0. I could put 9999 on the back of this float if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. We don't have to put an F here because we typecast it right here. So basically, when we start up the client, we're going to sit down and we're going to see a short sword in our starter inventory, and it's going to be a random number. And I'll create 2 characters to do that. But once you're done with altering your code or whatever you want to do, what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and we're going to say compile player. So basically what this does is it creates a new player class right here. Well, yep. So what we need to do now is we need to go over here, and wherever your system puts your stuff, which mine, oh great, where is my C drive? Okay, we go to users, projects. This was what was this project called? Test 101. So we're going to go to Test 101. We're going to go to our outsource, products, Test 101, com, one online, server, players. Here's my class files. So what are we going to do now? We're going to sit down and we're going to copy these 2. Actually, I don't need to copy them. Let's go over here. This was another one I was doing, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my shortcut to my Worm Unlimited. I'm going to go to my server. I'm going to open up my server jar. I'm going to direct right to where this is in my players folder. Where is it at? Okay. Nope, wrong one. Okay, we opened up the server jar, and right here is our player class. Okay, we've generated 2 files. Basically, I'm going to grab these 2 files and drag them into our server jar, and I'm going to replace. Okay, once I've replaced that, I'm just going to close these down. Close this down, close this down. We're going to crank up the server. Go in offline mode here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, sorry if this video is long, but to show y'all how to do some things, and people who want to actually do this, it's not very hard to do. Just learn some code, and a good place to learn, I'm going to sponsor them while I'm sitting here, 3dbuzz.com. If you really want to learn how to code, you can go to 3dbuzz.com. Very good teachers, highly recommend them. Okay, now that we got this done, we're going to crank up our client, and we're going to have to create a new character. So I've done tested her, so we're gonna do Chanel L. I'm gonna go to Art Test, and we're gonna go in here and we're gonna log in with a new character. First thing we're gonna do, she's female, blah blah blah. Close the screen off, wait for our inventory to open up, wait for the game to load. Okay, yes. Oh, I look ugly. Okay, here's our inventory. Now, what you're going to notice is we added some stuff. We added a short sword. Okay. As you can see, here's our 2 coins of silver. 5 coins of silver we added. Let's see. There's our sleep powder. Dun, 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 dun. Long sword. Where is my short sword? Okay, here's our 3 flasks. As you can see, we had one at 30 quality. We set one at 45.45 quality. And we set one at 57.33. Well, actually, this pottery flask... Oh, right, we didn't generate. Did I generate a short sword? Did it put it in my hand? Nope, but we got a frying pan. Generate a frying pan. Okay, anyway, I don't see my short sword. I'll have to check into that. Curious. But as you can see, when we were setting this stuff, and we were changing the quality as it was going to come out during the list, you can see when I changed the quality in the list, these are actually 99 and 30, so let me do this. Well, it's probably not going to come in front of the game screen, but as you can see, we got 45.45, 57.33, right, on the pottery flask. Well, let's create a new character, and let's see what we get with that one. Create a new character. Just change the name up a little bit. So, I'll just add a P to the end of it. New character, and we'll check the pottery flask again. The last pottery flask will be a different random number because we told it to randomly gen any number. Okay, so here we go. When we look at our pottery flask, as you can see, now we only got a 34.11 pottery flask on this one. This is the fully random generated number that goes from 0 to 99. This could add spice to your game because all these things right here, they're still newbie items. You know, all this stuff is newbie items. Except for these. I said these actually, they're not as the newbie items when I changed it. I'll have to check into that, what I missed on that. But anyway, as you can see, we got right here. What the hell is going on over here? Somebody's kicking the shit out of something. My NPC's fighting again. Yep, there's Treff. He's fighting a Freedom Guard tower. Oh, what an idiot. But anyway, as you can see, NPCs, you can spawn these things, and what I do is I like to use the random math generator and just make all their skills completely random. And I'm not a GM, so I can't actually inspect his skills, but he's getting his butt whooped. Pretty good. But these guys right here, as you can see, I had generated random armor on them, put a weapon on them, randomized their skills, so he might not be efficient in the spear. That's probably why he's getting kicked a little bit. But anyway, you can do stuff like that. You can random gen armor on them, random gen their stats, random gen their weapons, and, you know, basically spit them out on the world if you want to. And you can give them names. You can actually make a list and have it choose through a list of different names, surnames and last names, and random spawn them all over your maps, and if you want to, and they'll fight depending on how you actually set some of their types on them, like omnivorous, herbivorous, or carnivorous. These guys will randomly fight other people, and if you kill them, you can actually take their stuff. Yep. As you can see, when it random gen the entire set the same quality. Um, Spear was random gen, all this stuff. Yeah, and they do actually forage and botanize and track and do stuff like that. And you can get crazy with the code actually programming NPCs and do all that stuff. But this is basically what it is. We end up giving herself. Did I give myself a satchel? Did it put it there? Oh yeah, okay. There's my satchel. It actually equipped my satchel on me. So basically, we spawned a satchel, and we're going to go back in here and we're going to change some of this code. Now you see how all this stuff is like this? I'm going to show you something really crazy now. Something that's really, really crazy. So let's go back in here. Let's shut the server down. And let's go back into IntelliJ. Okay, which one is mine? Test 101. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this code right here. Right? I'll take this. And I'm going to go up here. And I'm going to have it equal quality. Then I'm going to take this right here. And I'm just going to say quality. Short sword. Is that really a short sword? No, it's a pottery flask. Short sword is 80. I knew I messed up on that. So, we're going to say 80. And as of course you can see, we're going to remove some of this stuff right here. Let's see. For example, no, I'm not going to remove some of this stuff. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to remove some of this stuff. Yes, I am. I'm going to remove the silver. I'm going to... Is this it? Is this sleep powder? Yes, this is sleep powder. 666 is sleep powder. Okay, so we got this in here like this. And I'm just going to take these now. I don't need these three. Well, I'm going to leave these two actually in here. These two pottery flasks, so you can see. So we got two pottery flask, short sword. Okay. So I put this in here now, and we're going to have one pottery flask that comes out 45.45. We're going to have. Yes, I'm just going to take this out. I'm going to take all these out right here, because I want all this stuff to actually, and we're even going to make that random. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take that 10 quality out. I'm just going to say we're going to random gen every one of these items. Into 99 times Mathlog, and we're just going to put quality on them. Dun, 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 dun. What is 319 and 516? Let's find out real quick. 319 is rope. What was the other one? 516. Okay, so let's look up 516, which is tool belt. So yeah, let's just random gen all this. So I'm just going to take this out, and yeah, let's just take this out, and we're going to all let it go through that quality right there. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to random gen every single thing, so we get some real crazy random gen number on all our items, except for this one pottery flask, which is going to be 45.45. Okay, so let's go ahead and compile this. Dun, dun, dun. And okay, we're finished. So let's go back over to our server. Let's go back into. Okay, this is our test 101. I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to grab these two classes. We still got our server jar open, so. Okay, let's go back over here again. Let's open our server jar again. We bring it over here. We're going to go back to our player folder, open up players, and let's drag these two new files in. Okay, that's done. So let's close all this out. Oh, we're not going to close that. We're just going to minimize it here for a minute. Crank our server back up. Start in offline mode. While I wait on the server to crank up. I hope this video is very helpful to anybody that's wanting to learn how to code and do some of this stuff, especially if you want to set up specific items, take specific items out of the generation, you know, tailor more to your server. Should be very helpful. So now we're going to go back up in here. Let's make a new tune. Add another letter to it. Crank the server back up. Okay. Let's get all this stuff off the screen while we load in. And it keeps giving me ugly checks. Alright. So let's open our inventory again. Now when we open this inventory, everything should be completely random gen. Let's see, pottery flask, 8.87, 45.45, and we got 30 compass, 30 tent, 30 stake, because that was further down on the list, we didn't change. But as you can see, when it random generated, it generated one number and it put it on every single item. Okay? That's the one way I showed you to do it. The other way, if we go back out here, to get every one of these, well actually, yeah, I forgot about that, my bad. To get everything to generate a different number on its own, what we have to do is we have to actually add that to it. So basically, that's the wrong one. This one we want. Okay, so if I want each one of these to generate their own number, because what this is going to do, it's going to generate one number, and it's going to put it on all the qualities. So basically, what I want to do is technically go up here, grab this, and we're going to put it here. We're going to put it here. We want this to randomly generate its own number for each one of these items. So we have to do this for everything. So if I go in here and I randomly generate all this, and I'll show you the other items here in a minute, the compass and all. It's further down on the code list. Okay, we're going to random generate all these right here, every one of them. So we don't even need this piece of code anymore. Okay, so basically, because I ain't using quality nowhere, and the one flask is going to be 45.45. Okay, we're going to go down here and it's further down. These items right here, if I'm not mistaken, is the ones, because basically when we get to right here, this is going for the challenge server. So if it's challenge server, this stuff right here is going to be generated. Else we're going to generate this. As you can see, 50 quality longsword, I do believe, and 30 quality gear. So let's just do this. Let's generate our armor. Each piece of our armor is going to have its own quality. I'm not even going to use this. I can actually get rid of that. I can actually get rid of that. I don't need none of that. So we're just going to have our longsword and all this other gear, all our leather gear is going to be randomly generated, a different number. Now if I wanted all this gear to be the same random generated number, I would actually sit up here and use the quality equals this number and just let it go behind the code right here, and I wouldn't put all these. But we're going to have each piece generate its own number, just so I can show you. And then we got this stuff down here, which we're going to go like this right here. Yeah, we'll even generate that one right there. Okay, so basically this is what we're going to do. And I got some red somewhere. Why do I have red? What is red? Squiggly lines, squiggly lines. Expected? Really? Huh. Let me just fix my code here. I must have left out a bracket. So now I gotta go add all these in. Great. Okay. And yeah, I left out a bracket everywhere, didn't I? So gotta fix that code just right. And I'm almost done. Wow. Left so many out. Did I get everything? Nope, got one more right there. Okay. Cool, no errors. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate this again. Let's go ahead and compile this. Okay, we got it compiled. Let's go back into our, let's open up our server jar. Let's open up our players. Let's grab these. Let's drag them back in. Copy our new ones in. Let's minimize all this. Open our server back up. And start our server up again. Now the way I got it set now with that math generator, it's going to random generate all the armor. Pretty much everything I have on my tune except for the one flask is going to be a random generated number float from 0 to 99, which can actually give quite a bit of challenge to playing a tune. I mean, you can start out getting a nice piece of gear, but the rest of your gear's not so good. So let's just go in here and make up some name. Art. We'll just put another T to the name. Why not? Okay, here we go. New character. Make her a funky female. We get another ugly female. Whoa! Yep, I'm ugly again. I got zits all over my face. Okay. Well, let's open up our inventory now. Let's move so we don't get logged out. As we open up our inventory, let's just see all the random generated numbers we have. Boom! As you can see, everything I got is random generated. Instead of getting a 50 quality longsword, I ended up getting a 39.95. Now, instead of getting a 10 quality rope, I got a 65.98. Got a 50.23 rake, 65 this, 18 quality saw, not a 30 quality saw. Got a nice shovel, got a nice pottery bowl, got a crappy backpack. Steel and flint, didn't get a 50 quality, got less than that. Got a crappy tent, got a crappy compass. As you can see, got a crappy lantern. We go back up here. Here's our 45.45 quality flask because we physically set what we were going to have it in. Got a 20.80 quality flask. Okay, let's look at our gear that we're equipped with. Our satchel ended up being 57 quality this time. We got a 30 quality glove. We got an 84 quality glove. We got a 37 quality short sword. We got a 56 quality tool belt. We got a 6 quality leather boot. We got a 76 quality leather boot. We got 8.7 quality leather pants. We got a 38 quality sleeve. We got a 72 quality sleeve. We got a 78 quality chest, and we got a 39 quality cap. And we got an 81.25 quality frying pan. Now this doing stuff like this right here just adds character to the game. Everything's random generated, and you could get a crappy start out set, or you can get some nice start out gear when you first start out. It's really cool. I recommend y'all play with this stuff right here and do this stuff to the code like this because it's very interesting to do. I'll shut this down now and get ready to close out this video because I'm done. But let's go back to here. But basically, this is what you do. Just remember this right here. You're gonna create a float, which is 99, and you're gonna times it by the math.random generator. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, it's very cool stuff. But you just play with it. You go on the items list, find your item, anything you want to add it over here. You can put, you know, like I said, you can go up here like they have here, and you can put a quality 40, and all these items up under it will be quality 40. If you want to change something down here, you just have to basically go in here and type in quality equals whatever. So you can do stuff like that. You can go in here and specifically set this code to a specific number if you want, or you can actually have some fun and more of a challenge by basically adding this type of information to your gear and all that's generated whenever you start the game. That way, you know, hey, it's just a twist. You know, not all your gear is going to be the same thing, and to change your gear, you're going to have to come down here to this section right here to change your gear, because this is all your gear, and you start in this section here. Just remember, this is challenge server, so if you're on the challenge server, you need to change this. If you're playing on the regular server, you need to change what's up under it, because if this ain't a challenge server, then we're doing this. This is what the else statement means. Else we're going to do this right here. And this is the extra items. These items here go on this. They also are added to the challenge server. All these items right here, whatever you add to the list. And this right here, like I said, on the test server, this is test server stuff. This right here is adding bows and stuff. And if you understand code, basically everything, well, if they would actually do this, it's easy to read if you do stuff like this right here. Okay, everything in this if statement goes all the way down to to here. So everything is in this one if statement. All this code is under this if statement. And this try, everything up underneath this try, from that bracket to this bracket before the catch, is tried. And if we go back up here and we go right here, this if statement right here only captures this code. And if this else, we're going to do all this code down through here. Else, when we drop to here, we're going to do all this code down through here. See, this else statement goes from here. If your brackets are right, you should be able to see. This else statement, the way coders write their code, I tell you, it's easier to see when your brackets are all out here, so you can see between this line, between this bracket and this bracket is this set of code. This will run on this else statement. And then it'll come out of here and it'll run the rest of this code right here. But anyway, hope you have fun, enjoy, and keep warming.